In the latest ad in our Ad Watch series, Lieutenant Governor Brad Little goes after Boise businessman and doctor Tommy Ahlquist and also promotes some of his own political accomplishments here in Idaho. We went through the ad claim by claim, and here's what we found.
Boise developer Tommy Ahlquist is lying about Brad Little. It's Tommy who'd raised taxes on everything from farm equipment to haircuts.
The ad is referring to an Ahlquist radio interview done last April in which they claim he said he wanted to raise taxes. We listened to the interview and found that Ahlquist actually mentioned quite the opposite.
Our taxes are too high, Nate.
Okay.
If you look at how we compare to the 7 surrounding states, we're the highest in taxes and our achievements low in almost everything. We have got to find a way to lower our taxes in this state to become more competitive.
In the same radio interview, getting rid of tax exemptions for farm equipment and haircuts are not ever talked about specifically. But Ahlquist does mention about wanting to get rid of some tax exemptions, but only as a part of his tax plan that he says is aimed at lowering taxes overall.
If you pull up the tax code and look at all the exemptions that are there, I think we flatten the tax and broaden the base through getting rid of exemptions.
That's what you'd expect from a Democratic donor who didn't vote for Trump.
Both of these claims are factually true, but here's the context. Over the years, Ahlquist has donated to both major parties. His donations to Republicans, however, far exceed the amount he has given to Democrats. Ahlquist's donations to Democrats include giving money to Boise Mayor Dave Beater and Democrat governor candidate A.J. Belukoff. We spoke with Ahlquist about his donations to Belukoff shortly after he announced his bid for governor.
A.J. and Susie Belukoff, if you know them, are two of the greatest people you'll ever meet in your life. And so I gave A.J. some money, but I voted for Butch. I'm a Republican.
In that same election cycle, Ahlquist also gave to his future opponent, Brad Little. On voting records, the ad is correct. Ahlquist did not vote for Donald Trump for president. According to the radio interview we talked about earlier, he says he voted for another Republican instead.
Who did you vote for in the last presidential election?
I wrote in Marco Rubio in the last presidential election.
Brad Little voted for the largest tax cut in Idaho's history.
According to information from the Idaho State Tax Commission, the 2006 Property Relief Act reduced property taxes by about $253 million. As a member of the state legislature, Brad Little did vote yes on the cut. However, some would call it more of a tax shift. To make up for school budgets, the state sales tax was increased by 1 penny in 2006. And that cut cost taxpayers an estimated $210 million in the first full year. So the net cut was only about $43 million in tax relief, which overall is not the largest tax cut in state history.
As your lieutenant governor, I cut my budget every year, saving taxpayers money.
While state records show the budget for the lieutenant governor's office did go up each year, they also show that the expenditures were less than the money appropriated, meaning Little's office spent less than what they were allocated each year. So we can verify that Brad Little did routinely cut money from his budget.